We are discussing about one piece of the Veda mantra, 61173. 61173. Sarvan patho andrana akshiyema. Right?
Yes.
Sarvan patho andrana akshiyema. So discussing about the Acharya Runa. Acharya Runa. Three runas are categorized. Deva Runa, Pitra Runa and Acharya Runa. We are discussing about Acharya Runa. We are given to knowledge through our mentors, through our guides, teachers, whatever you call Acharya. So all that knowledge what we have got is invaluable. To get the same knowledge in our life, it may not be possible. Because they would have passed on that knowledge. It was in a capsule form, which actually accounts to several centuries of knowledge, which has been passed on to them, and in a nutshell, they passed on to us. And upon it, we have to develop and progress. So the base what they create is of labor that has gone through several centuries, maybe several thousands of years too. It's so invaluable. And they have given it freely because they know it's invaluable and they want to preserve it, and they want the right person to preserve it and propagate it. And they are not in need of any other consideration than preserving and propagating it. That's the right Acharya, that's the right teacher, that's the right mentor, guide. If they have got other material expectations for having given that knowledge, they are not up to the mark. They are not fit to be called as Acharya. Because the real Acharya knows the value of the knowledge what they possess, and they don't want that knowledge to die with them. They want it to keep it alive. Recording it maybe in a book or in a CD or video or whatever it is can never equal preserving it through another person who is live. It has got its own value because the person who is live and takes this knowledge will understand the value of it, number one, will preserve it, number two, number three, will enrich it. That's the beauty of it. Any other record cannot do that. Third one. It cannot feel. It can just preserve. It can do only one job. But to appreciate the value of it is possible only for a living being, and enriching it is possible only by a living being. So they're interested in passing it on to, recording it on to another person. This Acharya. And how do we clear this indebtedness to Acharya? Acharya said, don't pay me anything. Don't give me anything. I'm not interested. I want you to understand the value of the knowledge what I have given, value of the experience what I have shared with you, preserve it and propagate it and see that it passes on to the future generations. That is more than enough. That's the best what you can do. For having learned all these things from me. And passing it on to the future generation, to other disciples, to other people, is the real Guru Dakshina. Called Guru Dakshina. That's the fees we are supposed to pay to the teacher. And that's the fees a teacher should expect, a real teacher should expect. Now, personally speaking, a Saubhagyashali because I got teachers of this sort. All my teachers have shared their knowledge and experience with me, have guided me. They have never asked a single pie from me. I have given it freely. And whenever I asked them how to clear your debt, these are very words what they have spoken. You need not pay anything to us. But if you transfer this knowledge, propagate this knowledge to other people and see that it's enriched, it is distributed, yes, you have paid our fees. This is what exactly they have said. And now that responsibility is being transferred to you now. Now, whatever you have received, I expect nothing from you. But if you understand the value of it and propagate it and see that it reaches more people, yes, my Guru Dakshina is really paid. This way. And what you have to do, say the same thing and pass it on to others. Let the knowledge and experience pass on from generation to generation to more people. And let us enrich it to the best extent possible with our experience and knowledge instead. This is clearing of Acharya Runa. Now, this can happen only when it is a one-to-one teaching. This is also very important. One-to-one teaching. Mass teaching may not help a lot. Because when it's one-to-one, the teacher will understand the capacity of the student. Accordingly, he will give the knowledge in the proper dose, in the proper style. But it is a mass. Of course, sometimes mass education is also required. I don't deny it. But the effect in one-to-one, you cannot expect in a mass education because we give it in a general way. All the people may not be up to the level to grasp it, to understand it. This is also not my verse. Manishinaha pravaradhvam manisham yatha yatha matayas santi nrunam. This is Veda mantra. You people of knowledge, you people of letters, you pass on this knowledge to others. How? Yatha yatha matayas santi nrunam. Depending upon their grasping capacity, depending upon their strength to understand, you pass it on. Don't give it in a uniform way to all the people. It may be a waste. You first study what is their capacity. Accordingly give. And over a period, help them to increase their strength and give more. So it's a responsibility of the teacher and it's possible only when it is done on a one-to-one basis. That's a very, very important. Yatha yatha matya santi nrunam. But most of the time, except in that Gurukula system, that Acharya Shishya system, this is not being followed. It's general syllabus, it's general prescription of texts and a mass teaching. Any university you take it. It's a class, 40 to 50 people, maybe 10 to 20 people are there, and the lecturer lectures. Whereas in Gurukula, it was one-to-one teaching. In the beginning, it was general. That means when the education starts in the Gurukula, it will be general, and later it is one-to-one only. Now, it's possible only when we have more number of teachers. The teacher-student ratio has to be 1-to-1, maximum 1-to-2. Then only this is possible. This is a very, very fundamental, basic principle of education. There also, the purpose is to bring out the capacities of the student outside. That has to be unveiled. Of course, knowledge and experience have to be given. But at the same time, the talent and capacity and the skill in the student also have to be brought out. This is duty of an Acharya. And when we submit ourselves to this process and play our role well, yes. Then we are really clearing the debt towards our Acharya. Then we move on to This Acharya Rana is there for all. It's there for all. Then we come to Pitru Rana. Pitru Rana. Basically, or in the tradition, in the orthodoxy, they understand Pitru as those elders who are dead. They identify them as Pitru. No. That's totally anti-Vedic. Pitru, the word comes from the root parakshane. Parakshane. It also doesn't mean only our biological parents, father or mother. Anyone who has given us protection, has brought us up, they all come under the definition of Pitru. All. If our biological parents are responsible only for our birth and not take care of our protection, then they are not to be called as Pitru. They are just our Janaka Janani. Janaka Janani is one who is responsible for our birth. But Pitru is that who takes care of us, who shares their love, who protects us, who gives us all the nourishment what we need. And see that we develop and stand on our own legs. Yes, they are Pitru. It could be anyone. It could be our biological father and mother. It could be anybody else too. But someone must have done it. This is very important. Someone must have done it, because without that, we would not be in this position. Because in our early days, during our infancy and childhood, we were not capable of tending ourselves. We were totally dependent. So during that period, someone has taken care of. Someone. You may know them or you may not know them. But someone has definitely taken care of. And they are recognized as Pitru. Number one. Number two, these Pitru, that and the Runa from them or the indebtedness to them has to be clear to them only when they are alive. This is another very important thing. Because once they are dead, all the human relationships what you speak of will all cease. Once the soul gets out of this body, its relationship with other souls is totally severed. No father, no mother, no brother, no daughter, no son. It's all gone. Because all the relationships what we speak of is basically through our Sharira Indriya Manas only. It's a very, very basic definition what you have to understand. We call a person as a father or mother because they are responsible for creating the Sharira Indriya Manas. So they are called our parents. Why a person is called our brother? Because the same father and mother responsible for creating my body have also been responsible for creating the other body. So the relationship between we two is brother. If it is earlier, it is an elder brother. If it is later, it is an younger brother. All relationships what we know today, they are all, I repeat, they are all based on the Sharira Indriya Manas relationship. Once it is gone, or once the soul gets out of this physical body, then all these relationships come to an end. All relationships. Ayasmayan Vichruta Bandhapashan is a piece of the Veda mantra. It is addressed to the death. It says, "O death, when you come, all the relationships I have got, not only with men, but also with materials, All the relations what I have got, I say my house, my car, my this, my that. All this my, whatever we have got, it will all be severed in one stroke when you come, in a fraction of a second. Once the soul gets out this Sharirindra Manas, what is mine? Where is my house? Where is my car? Where is my money? Where is my other relationships? Nothing. It's all gone. One stroke. That's your capacity. So that's how they identify and recognize or understand death. All relationships. It says, Ayasmayan Bandha Pashan. Shackles. It's not just a relationship, it's not just a binding. The shackles with which we bind ourselves with people and material, all the shackles made out of steel. Ayasmayan, it means iron and steel. So all these bindings we have created using iron and steel. All those relationships, any number of relationships, second it gets severed, it is cut. Though they are made of steel shackles, that's the power of death. So once death occurs, relationships are gone forever. And in Punarjanma, again a new set of relationships will be created. And it may have or may not have any relation with the previous relationships. Maybe, may not be. This is reality. So when we understand this reality, Pitru is relevant to us with reference to people who have taken care of, number one, and those who are alive. Those who are alive. These two are very, very important. Now regarding these relationships, one shloka from Mahabharata is very good. Maybe I have told you earlier, but it's good even to remember now. Yatha darushcha darushcha samayete mahodadhau samaityatu vyayete tadrushi jivatam gatihi. Daru means a log of wood. Imagine a river flowing in which flows so many logs. Now observe what happens. Two logs come together, flow for a while, and they get separated. One log comes in contact with another log, moves for some time, gets separated. Another log, it gets in contact with some other log, moves for some time, gets separated. This is an eternal process which goes on and on and on. And no two logs are permanently locked to one another. It's only a temporary relationship. Get separated, get into different relationships, again get separated, again relationships. As the logs in a flowing river. Yatha darushcha darushcha samayete mahodadhau samityatu vyayete tadrishi jivatam gati. It's a beautiful way of explaining things as to how the jivatmans move. Tadrishi jivatam gati. You have to understand this. Maybe to understand this and to imagine that all our relationships will be severed in one stroke. Yes, I understand it's a bit hard, but that's the reality. It is hard or sweet. It is sweet or pungent. We have to take it. We have to accept it because that is reality. So all this, keeping it in the background, what to understand is Pitru means all those who are responsible for our upbringing. Number two, those who are living and existing. Now if you understand these things, All the rituals we perform after the death of a person is all anti-Vedic in one stroke. Yes, there's no relationship at all. No mother, no father. Gone. It's gone. It's escaped. All the relations are cut and gone. And how do I offer after death ritual to my mother, to my father, to my grandmother, to my grandfather? Rituals is all meaningless. It's just your imagination. It's not a fact. It will never reach them. It will never reach them. Because all the relationships are gone. There is no circuit at all between the two. How can things pass on? No. But we ritualistically perform such things even today without giving a thought to it. I have to give a thought to it. I have to think about it and follow the Vedic principles. Now, what is the result, I tell you? Should we concentrate on the life which is present or concentrate on something which is gone? Very simple. The present is very much relevant to us than what has gone and where there is no relationship at all. To think about and to perform rituals with reference to past which has gone and where there is no relationship is a sheer waste of time and energy. So practical are the Vedas. They say, don't do it. Don't do it. What is gone is gone. As long as they were alive, yes, that relationship was there. Maintain that relationship well. Have that relationship in a wonderful condition. Excellent. But once it is gone, just forget about it and move with time. Time never goes back. And time never stagnates. It never stops, it never goes back. It moves and moves, and it is always prospective. It's not retrospective. Move ahead. And what about the departed soul? You don't worry, it's not your problem. Whatever the departed soul has done when it was alive, it will bear its fruit. It will have its fruits. Neither you or me can meddle with it, can manage it, because it's totally under the cosmic law. And the law prescribed by that Satchidananda. It happens perfectly. Whatever they have done good, they get the reward. Whatever bad they have done, they get the punishment. Over. Any ritual of ours cannot change this position, cannot change this condition. Everyone is responsible for their own deeds, good or bad. I cannot alter it. And that is the case. Why waste time on that? Leave it. But one thing is certain, whatever you do when you are alive, be careful, you are responsible for it. Your rewards and punishments will be dependent on what you do while you are alive. So concentrate on that. So practical, so practical. Absolutely, there is no place for imagination or sentiments. See, this is Veda. This is Veda. And only when you understand this reality, yes, we will be able to concentrate on our present. We will be able to concentrate on what we have to do in this present life. And that will ensure our future rewards or punishments. It's all there in our hands. Only when you understand things in this way, not otherwise. But one thing is certain, those people who are real Pitrus, yes, we are due to them, we have to pay them. And please note, it is only when they are alive and not when they are dead. When they are dead, it's all gone. So how to do is, that is what I have to think about this Pitruna. Those who are responsible for bringing us up, serve them when they need it, irrespective of any condition, because they were already given us. No other conditions. Terms and conditions never apply here. You serve them. You serve them? To what extent? You serve them with all dedication, irrespective of, there could be some difference of opinions, there could be difference in the way of life, there could be difference in the way they look at life, their perspective, it all could be different, doesn't matter. But serving them is a must for you. And that you have to be with all devotion and dedication. What's the word we use for it? Shraddha. Shraddha. Shraddha is dedication, devotion. Wholeheartedly doing it. Now, whatever is done with Shraddha is defined as Shraddha. Shraddha is the word how we get it. It's an outcome of Shraddha. It's derived from Shraddha. If we do anything with Shraddha, it is on a Shraddha. Simple. Very simple. It has got nothing to do with the rites or rituals what you perform after the death of a person. But now, when we listen to the word Shraddha, we immediately think of those rituals which we perform after the death of a person. No, no, no. I may be a teacher. If I do or perform my duty as a teacher with all devotion and Shraddha, that very teaching is called Shraddha. Nothing wrong in that. It's perfect. Whatever things we do, if we do it with Shraddha, it's Shraddha. Excellent. It has got nothing to do with or any part of the word that is derived from Shraddha or Shraddha do not refer to something to be done after death. There's nothing in that. It's only by force of convention it has come. Rudhi. But Rudhyartha is anti-Vedic. So I have to clearly distinguish whether it is Vedic or anti-Vedic, humane or not humane, and understand what its meaning is, and that will be beneficial to us and the society. Because whatever you do, if you do it with Shraddha, that's excellent. The results are wonderful. You get good results. So whatever we do, we have to do it as a Shraddha. Anything. This is how we understand the word Shraddha. And at the same time, we have to serve those Pitrus in such a way that they are really satisfied with our service. It's another thing. It's not that I do it in my own way. Whether they are really satisfied or not, whether they really get what they need or not. No. I have to do it in such a way that they get what they need and they're really satisfied with our service. You should see to it that they are satisfied. What's the word for satisfied? Trupti. Trupti is the word. Until they are satisfied, until they experience that trupti, you have to serve. How much? That doesn't matter. Maybe in some cases it may be little and they'll be so happy and satisfied. Maybe in some cases they demand more. We have to give it until they say, okay, we are satisfied. So whatever is responsible for the trupti is called as tarpana. Tarpana is a word we are familiar with. Once again, it's also misunderstood as something to be done or something to be given after their death in a ritual. No. Trupyate anena iti tarpanam. Trupyate anena iti tarpanam. Anything that satisfies us is called as tarpana. The words, the way they are derived, they are all very simple, but are complicated things. Tarpana. We have to give tarpana to our Pitrus with all Shraddha. It is our bounden duty, irrespective of any difference of opinion, any difference in our outlook to life. Better do it. Now this tarpana or Shraddha is to be performed with reference to the living people, and it should be given to them and them only. It is they who deserve it. In their name, I am not supposed to give it to XYZ. This is a very important thing. Now, when I compare Acharya Runa with Pitruna, Acharya Runa should never be given to Acharya. We should propagate to others. That is the way we have to clear our Acharya Runa. But it comes to the question of Pitruna, we have to give it to our Pitrus and Pitrus only and nobody else. Right? What is happening today? The name of rituals, we have not given a thought to it. And while performing these rituals after the death of the persons, we give this and that to so many other people. Pitrus are never there. They are gone. And in case of Acharya Runa, the propagating the right knowledge, we try to satisfy the teacher by paying him fees, this and that, and so many things. Topsy-turvy. The whole thing is topsy-turvy. Only when the things are right, yes, we get the results. When the things are topsy-turvy, we are creating our own chaos. That's what is happening today. Pitruna, we have to serve them. There's one more thing. Some say we are so busy, we cannot serve them. We will employ maids. We employ servants who will take care of a Pitru. This is also not okay. Because the servants are maids, why they work? Not out of gratitude, for salary, for some consideration to it. But who is the person who has received their love, received their care, received their protection? It's not the servant or the maid. It's we who have received it. So the gratitude we have to perform our tarpana and shraddha to our living parents. Because we really feel that we are indebted to them. You should not say, I don't have time. No. We have to find time and do it. It's our responsibility. That's how we can clear ourselves from Pitrana, not otherwise. Proxy is not allowed. Because those persons have not really received anything from them. Now they are receiving from us some consideration and they want to do it, but it's not out of their wholeheartedness or gratitude. However well they may take care of, it cannot equal to what we do personally. Because we have really received from them and that love we have to give back. They cannot give back. They can give all the physical service. I don't deny it. They may be paid highly and they'll take care of all their needs. But can they contribute their love and affection? No. Gratitude, they cannot give it. It's only we who have received it can give it. This is the way. This is the way we have to understand. This is Pitrana. Now we are left with Devaruna. We will discuss in the next session. Thank you all. ಎಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಿಗೆ ಅವ್ರು ಬರ್ತೀನಿ ಟೈಮ್ ಎಷ್ಟೀಗ ಅವ್ರು ಬೇಗ ಬಂದ್ರೆ 9